Live Talk with Anita Bradley.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Live Talk with Bonita Bradley. I am your host, Bonita Bradley, and I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. We are back, and one moment. I thought I turned this down so you don't have that echo in the back. Let me plug it up, and we are going to get started. Let's get it started in here. So, how have you guys been? I have missed you all so very, very much. Let me start out by saying welcome and good evening to Instagram. Welcome. Welcome and good evening to Facebook. Welcome. Good evening to Live Talk with Bonita Bradley Group. Welcome to YouTube and welcome to Periscope Twitter. I hope you all have had a wonderful day, an amazing week so far. I hope things are well with you and your family. So real quick, I'm gonna do two things tonight. I'm gonna do part 2 of where I left off last time I was live with you about being afraid to love and love again and be in love and all that stuff. Give love another try. And then I'm going to transition into talking about what we have coming up with the live studio audience taping. Okay. So I'm trying to give each one of them a little bit of equal time tonight since I haven't been on in a while. I missed you guys. So I'm going to start out with picking up from where I left off last time, which I can't remember. So I'm just going to try to hit a few notes here and there. But my main focus from here until June the 15th is going to really be on the show and the live studio audience taping of the show and directing. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. I've missed you all too. And direct your attention to the live taping, of course. That is super, super huge for me, for the show, for my producers and the entire production team, for everybody that's working on the project. I'm going to give everybody a shout out, and hopefully I don't forget anybody. If I do, charge it to my head and not my heart. But I think I'm okay with everybody's name and I remember everybody. So let's get into this. So last time we were talking about being afraid to love and being afraid to be loved. And I know for a fact, this is what I know for a fact. And it's not only because it's something I've dealt with and something I've had to come to grips with, but it's something a lot of people talk to me about. You know, people want to be in love, people want to love and all that good stuff. But what people don't want, people don't want their hearts to be toyed with. People don't want their emotions played over. People don't want to get hurt. People don't want to go through this, this emotional roller coaster that comes with starting a new relationship, falling in love again. It may or may not work out, those type of things. People don't want to go through all of that. And listen, I get it. But at what point are we going to admit that maybe it's because we're afraid? What are we afraid of? We could be afraid of getting hurt. We could be afraid of choosing the wrong partner. We could be afraid of, one putting in more than the other. We could be afraid of loving somebody that don't even like us. It's a lot of things to be afraid of when you start thinking about, entering into relationships, especially if you've been single for a while. If you've been single for a while, it's going to be really, really it won't be hard, and I don't even want to use the word difficult, but it's going to be a little bit more um you're going to have to come fight through a little bit more of yourself, because when you get so used to being by yourself, you start enjoying your own company, especially if you good company. If you're not good company to yourself, then I don't know if you should be looking for anybody else right now until you learn how to be good company to yourself. So once you learn to be good company to yourself, then yeah, it's okay for you to say, okay, now I'm ready for somebody else. The the con of that is that's the con of that is staying single so long until you just enjoy being by yourself all the time and no one else's company will do. You don't really want any company. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to have anybody in your life. I know a lot of people like that. I just happen not to be one of them. My DNA, I'm not structured that way. I'm not structured to be one of those, I don't need a man type woman. That ain't my DNA. I'm not made that way, you know. Um, and you can qualify need however suits you best, but I'm just not built that way. To say I don't need a man, I don't want a man, um, you guys tell me what you think about this, because I used to say this a lot. I used to say this a lot. Instagram, this is your monitor right here. So you're watching this monitor here. So you can hear and see everything that everyone else is seeing at the same time. So Instagram, make sure you can see this monitor right here. Okay. So if you can see it, just wave or say, yes, I can see it, because that's your monitor from here out for the remainder. Every time we do a show, that's going to be your monitor, because you guys can't see what everybody else is seeing, only because Instagram does not allow anyone to live stream into their platform. You can only live stream from their platform. Okay. So that's why um, I'm having to do it in such a way that they can still see what everybody else is seeing, to be fair to them, because they are really faithful. All right. All right. So one of the things I used to, and I'm going to say hide behind, because I do believe that was something I was using um, as a shield, maybe. I used to say, "Oh, I'm just waiting on God. I'm just waiting on God," and I said that so long until I started thinking about it, and something happened to change my mind about saying that, because I have a lot of male friends, and a lot of them talk very transparently and openly with me. Um, During some of those conversations, I would often bring up that, waiting on God um, to send the right person. We would often have that kind of conversation, and a lot of them had the same feeling, waiting on God. Until we started to get into conversations about, okay, so then, if in fact we are legitimately waiting on God, are we suggesting then that it takes God 5, 10, 15, 20 years to send us the right mate? Because that's how long some people have been single. That's how long some people have been divorced and waiting to remarry or have you. Some people have never been married. People in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, some in their 60s has never been married, you know. Um, and to each his own, That's not a good or bad thing. It's just a personal thing, you know. People make life decisions based on their life choices and where they are. So we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is, are we using crutches And are we using God as a crutch because we're afraid to get into relationships? A lot of people have been hurt. Men get hurt, women get hurt, and I don't want to pretend like women have the monopoly on being hurt in relationships, because we don't. We actually don't. We do not have the monopoly on being hurt. We don't have the monopoly on being scorned. We don't have the monopoly of being cheated on. We don't have the monopoly of being abandoned. We don't have the monopoly of being abused. We don't have the monopoly on any of that. Being emotionally terrorized. We don't have the monopoly on that, because for everything that we go through as women, you will find there are men that go through the same thing. And the thing about it is, with men, when men go through stuff like that, it's harder for them to deal with it than it is for us to deal with it, because most women will seek out therapy. Men, not so much. They're not going to be as quick to go and seek out therapy like women would be. And so that's why sometimes it takes men longer to deal with their hurt, from a breakup, or hurt from someone cheating on them, hurt from, being misled. It's a lot of people out there now that are misleading people. You want all the benefits of being in a relationship, but you don't want the commitment. There's a story now in celebrity news. I won't take my time to mention it because it's really not that important to me. But what it does tell us is that people can get with you for whatever reason, but when it comes right down to it, I'll be with you as long as with you satisfies what I need. And once my need is satisfied with you, then that's pretty much all I wanted with you. I didn't come into this to commit to you. I came in this because I needed something from you. And once that need is met, and then the relationship is over. So the relationship primarily was a business agreement, is no more than a business deal. And so I do think it's going to be harder for the man to get over it in this case, because he was the one ready to settle down and take everything to the next level. And she was like, no, that ain't what I'm trying to do. Even though we've been together for a year and a half, almost 2 years, we've traveled, we've done holidays, birthdays, we've done all the couple things that couples do. But now I don't really want to be a couple. So that's difficult for a man. And I understand that. That's difficult. But a lot of times as women, we don't look at it from their perspective, because we can sometimes only see our own hurt. And that's okay. That's okay if that's where you are. But at some point, we have to be honest enough to say, look, I loved somebody one time before and I got my heart broken. And I just don't want to get my heart broken again, but we cannot keep hiding behind, well, I'm gonna wait on God, because I don't know, that went from being my overall blanket statement to bothering me. It bothers me now to think that we're suggesting that God has to take that long to have us to come in contact with the right mate. Like I said, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I just don't believe we're actually waiting on God per se. I just think sometimes there are missed opportunities. I think sometimes there are feared opportunities. And then sometimes there are mistaken opportunities. I think all of those come into play when we start trying to figure out this love and being in love thing. And a lot of people understand exactly what I'm talking about because, again, I talk to a lot of people, male and female, but mostly male. And a lot of men are looking for wives, you know, and these are not your, men that belong to the street. These are men of character. Nobody's perfect. So I'm not saying that they're perfect men because, come on, ladies, we're not perfect. Some of us have learned a very important lesson about taking accountability, then some have not. It is my hope from this show that women learn to take accountability for the things that we allow, for the things that we do, for the things that we say, for the harm that we impose upon men, and for the things that we allow to be imposed upon us. It all comes down to accountability in the real world. So, hold on, let me turn this down. I thought I had all my ringers off. And so, I think what we need to do, again, my hope from this show is to always have everyone just take a look at themselves, do a little introspection, and see where you can take accountability for you, not anybody else, not pointing the fingers. Oh, he ain't ish, and oh, you angry all the time, and you ain't no good, and all this other stuff that is so much back and forth going on between the male and the female, particularly in the Black culture. It's no wonder so many people are single. It's no wonder so many people, start dating, get engaged, and boom, it doesn't work out. It's no wonder we have so much animosity between us because we don't want to come to the table and say, listen, let me hear your hurts. We don't want to do that because if we do that on both sides, then we have to admit we partook in hurting one another. We're going to have to take accountability as women. We're going to have to take accountability as men. You're going to have to take accountability. And I promise to tell you of this truth. The biggest problem I'm seeing today when it comes to this love and relationship scenario, no one wants to take accountability. No one wants to say, you know what didn't work out in the past didn't work out because of me. You will hardly ever hear anybody just come straight out and say, I was married before and it didn't work out, but that was on me. That was my fault. Me personally, I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard not one man say it was his fault. I haven't heard one woman say it was her fault. Not one. No one. So y'all just telling me you was in love, he was in love, we was in love, and everything was just going fine. Then just boom, one day you was out of love, I was out of love, we was out of love. That's how this thing happened. Nobody is taking accountability for anything. Oh yeah, come on. Come on. Come on, guys. We got to take accountability for what's not working. The same way we like to boast and brag. Oh, I said yes, and he went to Jared's, and all that other jazz. We love to boast and brag about that, but nobody likes to take accountability when the ship is going underwater. Everybody want to jump ship and just kind of stand back and watch the ship go underwater, but nobody wants to say, "This is my part in it." Not his part, not her part. This is my part. Even if your part meant this is what I allowed. I allowed this behavior towards me. I allowed this abuse to continue towards me. I should have gotten out early. When I first saw the signs of abuse, I should have gotten myself out early. Take accountability for staying in something that you knew was not for you. All of us have a story. Some stories are more horrendous than others, but all of us have our stories. And at the end of the day, you got to be able to take accountability. You won't be able to find love again until you take accountability for what you already had and lost. I'll say that again. You won't be able to find true love again until you take accountability for what you had and lost. But as long as you keep pointing the finger at your previous partner or partners, spouse or spouses, you're going to always find someone else to take accountability for what you allowed or for what you did. You will never come to terms and look at that man in the mirror and say, this is what I need to fix in me. This is the behavior I need to cut off. I need to cut this behavior off as soon as I recognize it. But if I keep allowing people to treat me this way, I'm teaching people what I accept of them. Even if that's your point of accountability, you still got to take it. You got to take accountability, even if it's just to say, I allowed that treatment. I didn't put my foot down. I didn't walk away. I didn't stop it when I first seen it. I had to take that accountability. I did. I had to take accountability for a lot of things. And even in taking accountability, let me tell you something. Once you learn, women, let me talk to the women. Once you learn to take accountability for whatever part you had in something working or not working, whether even if you were in an abusive relationship, if you take an accountability to allowing that behavior, you can start making better choices. You'll start looking at your self-worth differently. You'll stop blaming yourself all the time. What was wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Well, you didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing wrong with you. You just did not take accountability and see yourself worth having more, worth being loved more. You didn't see your self-worth as more. You saw it as just what you allowed that other person to give you. So now that you're out of that situation, now you can look back and take accountability to say, man, I'm glad I'm out. I should have gotten out earlier or sooner before this kind of damage was done. That emotional damage was done. That psychological rip was done. And even sometimes that physical manifestation of something wrong has happened. So I think, ladies, when we take accountability, that's one of the first steps to healing that I encountered. And I'm telling you, now, child, you can't sell me nothing I don't want to buy. Let me tell you something. You cannot sell me anything I don't want to buy. I don't care how you dressed it up. I don't care how well you advertise it. If I don't want to buy it, honey, I don't want to buy it, period. And ladies, I need for you to take accountability. When you say, well, he did this and he did that. Well, when he did it the first time, did you require any changes? Did you make any statements, that might make him fully aware that this right here, this is what we're not going to do. This behavior right here, that we don't do that to each other. Love does not behave itself this way right here. And so sometimes a lot of things, this is just me talking, a lot of things that I went through, I think, had I spoken up and had I said, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this, or, I deserve better than this. I think the road I went down and the length of time I was in it may have been shortened. However, when you're in those situations, this is the part I do understand, and I do have sympathy and empathy in these situations where you get in these situations and by the time you realize something is wrong, your self-esteem is already torn down. Your self-esteem is already, in the dumpster. Your self-esteem is already so low, you don't know where it went. And so I get that part too. So I'm not trying to swing the hammer both ways and just knock down everything in sight. I'm really just trying to get us to take accountability for the things that we have allowed. And once we start taking accountability, that then we can start seeing, why are we afraid? Why are we afraid for love and to be loved and to fall in love and to allow someone to love us? Because when you do, it's an incredible, incredible feeling. It's an incredible feeling because love has so many attributes to it. Love is just, it's a wonderful thing. And then when someone loves you back, you know, um, it's just a beautiful thing. It's incredible. It can give you positive energy. It can help you through your rough days. Here's one thing I want to say before I transition. When you meet someone and things are in their infantile stage, I would ask of you all to reconsider posting about a new relationship, because most of these new relationships are not lasting. As soon as y'all get engaged, something happens. And then we have the unfortunate view of watching you go through that pain. So the next time you're in a relationship, I would not broadcast it, over social media. I just wouldn't. I would not want any gentleman that I'm dating or dealing with to put anything on social media about our personal life. That's just a no with me, period. I don't care who you are. That's a big no, because that's something that is preserved and reserved just for he and I. That's not for the world to enjoy. I am for him to enjoy. He is for me to enjoy. Our time together is for us to enjoy each other, not social media. When you see me here, this is your time with me. This is my time with you, but outside of that, he would not be allowed to post, pictures, none of that, none of that. I would not post pictures, no names, no nothing, and that's just because I think that's wise. I think that fosters protection around us both, and it gives us time out of the public eye to cultivate a real relationship and not one that's played out over social media. All right. So if you can deal with those things, deal with the fear, kind of get over. Sometimes we have to get over ourselves. Sometimes we stand in our own way. But I talk to men mostly, and I hear you. I do hear you. And a lot of men want to get married, but some of you women, y'all got this thing called modern women now. I don't really know where that comes from. I don't know much about that. What I do know about that, men of certain caliber, they don't like it. Okay, let me tell you that part. They don't like that, and you might say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, if you say so, keep on being modern, keep on, talking about, you don't need no man to be over you. Keep on talking about, that was back then. Things have changed now. Men and women are equal. Keep on changing the order of things. He don't have to be the head just because he's a man. And, I don't have to submit to him if he's not submitting to me. Y'all keep on with that modern thinking. Keep right on. And some of you are old enough. Y'all been around long enough, and all of a sudden you done adopted this new modern thinking, and then you wondering why you keep attracting certain type of men, and you're not really attracting the kind of man that you really want, or the kind of man that you think you deserve, because you with all this modern talk about what you ain't gonna do, and ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do, and you don't need another daddy, and child, y'all keep on with all that stuff. Keep right on. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Y'all keep right on. And you're gonna keep right on attracting men that are for the streets. Because those men don't mind. They don't mind you taking the lead. They don't mind you paying all the bills. They don't mind you working, you going to work while they sit at home. They drop you off to work, keep your car. And then you get mad when old girl, you see pictures posted on Facebook. She don't post the pictures across social media of her little oneself sitting up in your car while you at work. Now you ready to fight. So, y'all keep on with this modern, I'm a modern woman. I don't do all that. That was for them back there. Times have changed, and, women are equal, and, we doing things better off for ourselves, and all. Oh, okay. Go ahead, girl. You's a bad mama jamma. Go ahead, child. Do your thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Because I can't tell you who to sock it to. Go ahead, girl. Do you. But do not come for traditional women because of what we believe. We believe what we believe, and we do what we do, and we get what we get because we get what we want. Okay? All right. Y'all be good. All right, so let's transition. We'll talk about that some more on the next show, because I got some stuff to tell y'all about love, how it makes you vulnerable. I got some good stuff to tell y'all. We'll get back into that on the next show, okay? So let's transition and talk about live talk with Benita Bradley going into the studio. Going to the studio, y'all. So look, you guys, I hope that you saw, I posted the numbers just from the last 28 days. And I wanted to give everybody my personal thank you. Over the last 28 days, we have reached well over 10,000 people. So I'm super excited about that. I don't know what this is trying to pop up on my screen. I hope you guys can't see this. Close. Oh, hope it don't close my show. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Change is coming. There we go. Okay, so we're going into the studios. We will be having a live taping. Studio audience. We have a live band. I have my own house band. So, and then I have my own theme song that our recording artists are working on. So we do have tickets available on Eventbrite. You go to eventbrite.com and you look for Live Talk WBB. Click on it, get your tickets. Seating is extremely limited, okay? It's extremely limited due to the fact that there's a live band, the live performers are going to be there, and we're going to serve you food while you're there. Okay, so it's limited seating. Starts at 4 o'clock. It's in Stockbridge, Georgia. So I tried to figure out how to download 2 videos to show you guys. Couldn't do it. So I'm just gonna play a little bit on my iPad for you guys to see the videos. But I do want to show you. Let's see. I was able to upload the new advertisement. I'm gonna put it up and let you guys see it. Let's see. There it is. So that's the new advertisement. So I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to, let me close out. Let me move this banner out your way so you can see the bottom of it. Okay, there it is. And you should be able to see the ticket information on there also. Let's see. Is the banner still running on there? Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, so you should be able to see everything. That is the new advertisement. Those are my guests that will be on the show. They will be live in the studio with me. So if you're gonna come, go ahead and get your ticket. I know it's in the middle of the week. And you might say, well, why would you put it in the middle of the week like that? Well, you have to understand summertime. A lot of the artists are going on summer tours. Some are going on tours in Germany and other places. And so we had to move the date up actually to accommodate the artist. Okay. And so that's why we did that. And then also, MoCo is expecting our first pilot, our first episode to be ready by July. Okay. So that's why we had to kind of move everything around. So I know you might say, well, it's kind of rushed for us last minute. No, we've been working behind the scenes for some time now. So that's all the information. Take a screenshot of your screen so you can have all the information, particularly so you can have the Eventbrite information and the studio name where we're going to be filming. And again, Justin Crowder, JC, he's a multi-platinum singer and songwriter. Dave Tolliver from Men at Large, he's going to be there. And Dr. Marlon McNichols, he is a living legend, executive producer. You name it, he has done it. He has worked with some of the who's who in the game, past and present. So again, take a screenshot of that. And so while you're taking your screenshot, I'm going to queue up my iPad so I can show you guys a little bit of each artist. Okay, I'm just going to show you a little bit, maybe a minute or so of each artist. So again, Instagram, just keep your eyes on your monitor right here and you'll be able to see it. Okay. All right. So let me, okay. The first one is going to be, let me go back and move the flyer so you guys could see. Let's see. Let's hide that. Okay. Can you guys see me okay now? All right. So the first one, let's do JC first. Okay. Let's see. Let's do JC first. We'll play about a minute or so of his video. And then, of course, we'll do Dave Tolliver. All right. All right. Let's do it that way. Because that's the best way I could figure out how to do it. I was racking my brain because I want you guys to be able to see who's going to be coming. All right. Y'all can see this. Again, Instagram, keep your eyes over here on your monitor, and you'll be able to see it and hear it. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay.
Because I want to wear makeup.
Do you believe all that?
Yes, I do.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready.
You still not ready?
No. You gonna love it when it's done. Why is you complaining?
I already told you, you don't need all that. You just being extra.
Okay.
You gotta know, you gotta know, baby. I lay you without the filter, cause I like to build you. I lay you without the filter, cause I like to build you, baby. Yeah. No makeup on, you still like. You can always get my likes. I lay you without the filter. I like to grill you, baby. I've been scrolling through your feed all day to see what you just posted. Pretty body on fleek, but you act like you don't even know it. And I know that you've been through a couple of things. Let me boost your self-esteem, yeah. Ooh, so don't even try. Girl, you looking like the entree and the two. On the side with the love and my new roots. Come and take a trip. I like you without the filter, cause I like to build you. I like you without the filter, cause I like to build you, baby. Yeah. No makeup on, you still fly. You can always get my likes. I like you without the filter. I like to grill you, baby. I'm all yours if you want me. You see me on the show, baby, don't be. Oh, that'll drive you so see. Oh, baby. We take a picture. That's my Beyonce, baby, flawless with no filter. She make them tip her, but she don't tolerate disrespect. She a quitter. She a diamond, got a man in a cup if you can. She's fine with a plan, no time to be playing. No, it won't be easy for her to take them out. If I make a problem, then I know she'll cut me out. Would you mind if I make some plans? Girl, I can't visit this out. I wanna be a man. Cause I like to build you. I like you without the filter. Cause I like to build you, baby. No makeup on, you still fly. You can always get my likes. I like you without the filter. I like to build you, baby. So I'm all yours if you want me. You see my show, baby.
All right. Do y'all like that? So he's going to be there next Wednesday, the June the 15th at 4 o'clock. He's going to be one of my guests. You'll get to hear him perform live, and you'll also watch us do a live interview. Let you hear the next guest. Let's see. Okay, what I do with your video? Nope, not you. Nope, not you. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, we need to be in.
All right, so this is Dave Tolliver of Men at Large. This video, this song is called Home. He's going to be there on June 15th, singing as well, live in the studio audience. So if you are there live, you get to see these guys perform up close and in person. Then you also, like I said, we'll be serving food. We'll have, you get a chance to take pictures and stuff like that. So We do have a professional photographer that'll be there. Everything is top notch. I'm so impressed with the studios. I'm impressed with the producers. I'm impressed with my personal producer. Everything is just has been. They've made it so easy for me. Even when I start freaking out, they assure me that everything is going smooth, and I appreciate them so much for trusting me for this opportunity and thinking enough of me to not only put me in this position, but also in another position where they're saying, okay, your numbers and your content, your personality, your brand is what Moco TV is looking for, So I appreciate everybody that's had a hand in that so far, So I'm going to play a little bit of Dave Tolliver for you. Again, he's going to be my guest on Wednesday. Let's see. Probably need to move. No, I think it'll be okay. You guys ready? Let's do this.
Then, matter of fact, here's information on that.
I can't wait to come home.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, we'll be there.
It's the only place I want to be. You already know why. I mean, it's more than that, but you know why, though. Yeah. I ain't even got to say it no more. I know I'm on my way, though. Get ready. Early in the morning when I'm standing at attention, I'm missing your attention and the smell of your loving all over me. I mean all over me. Nothing better than waking up to perfection. So perfected it's leaving me with no question that this is where I wanna be. To put it in perspective, I've given up the quest now. I can't wait to come home. You know the first thing smoking, baby, I'm drinking. Out here on the road, out here on the road, I'm stacking all this stuff. Gotta keep it satisfied. I can't wait to come home. Ooh, on the first thing, well, baby, I ain't joking. Miss your taste, miss your smell, miss your feel, miss your baby. Just wanna get back to you. I've been patiently waiting for quitting time, just to get to a place that feel good inside. Some missing positions that got me tapping out. You can't take it no more, baby, you're tapping out. It's like ABC's the way you school me. I've been thinking about it, baby, I'm ready. Cause you got the love that I need. So baby, hold on to me. I can't wait to come home. First thing smoking, baby, come on. Out here on the road, out here being stacking all this stuff. Bring it home. I can't wait to come home. I ain't talking about the money, baby. No, baby, I ain't joking. Talking about that spaceship, that baby come killer. Just wanna get back to you. I can't wait to come home. Hopping on the first thing smoking, baby, come on. Out here on yeah. Be up stacking all the place I'd rather go. I can't wait to come home. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah. Baby, I ain't joking. Miss your taste, miss your smell, miss your feel, miss your mood. Love the way you say, get back to it, girl.
Y'all like that? He's going to be there next Wednesday as well, June 15th. He's going to be in the building. He'll be performing live, and we'll be interviewing him live. And you guys will be, those of you that will be fortunate enough to get your ticket, you'll be able to be in the building with us. The rest of you, you'll see it when it airs, okay? You'll see it when it airs, and my producers will have all of that information forthcoming when it's time for them to put that information out there. I'm listen, I'm just a talent. I'm the star, but producers run the show. So, I just show up and do my thing. Um, and what I like about it, I'm just gonna be honest. I like working with men because they show up, they come in, everybody do what they got to do, boom, we're done, you know. And we keep the main thing the main thing. We keep business, and that's what I like. I don't like a lot of cattiness. I don't like a lot of, you know, this, that, and the third. I don't like a lot of outside talking. When we're talking about business, let's focus on the business that we're talking about. If we want to engage in other conversation, let's get that on the back end. But right now, this is what we're talking about. And that's why I like working with men. Women shouldn't be offended by that because everybody has their preferences. That's just mine. Just happen to be mine, because I like to get things done, and a lot of times it's just better that way for me. And I don't have to hear a lot of stuff on the other side of trying to do what we're trying to do. We just get the job done. Everybody go home happy. So listen, guys, I'm not going to stay on long. I got to start preserving my voice as much as possible because I have a long day, because I have a photo shoot before the show. And then we have the show that'll be taping from 4 to 9, June the 15th. Again, if you want to be in the building, go to Eventbrite, get your ticket, type in Live Talk with Benita Bradley or Live Talk WBB. Okay, make sure you look for that, get your tickets. Also, we talked about sponsorship. My producer sent over sponsorship packages. I think I posted that in the group. If you are in the group, Live Talk with Benita Bradley group, and you have a business, you should have been able to see the business sponsorship packages that we have. One of them is $200 and the other one is $500. That is, and it tells you what all you get: your name, your company name, your logo. Of course, the 500 you get more exposure. And you get, for I think the 200 one, let me look it up real quick because I don't want to give out misinformation. Give me 1 second. Here it is. All right, so for the $200 sponsorship package, you get 5 tickets, the logo on the ticket site, and logo seen on as a sponsor on Moco TV, which is where the show will be airing. Okay, for a $500 sponsorship package, you get 10 guest tickets, logo on ticket site, logo seen on sponsor, logo seen as sponsor on Moco TV, and your logo goes on any event flyer and any social media promotionals that we do. Okay, so those are the 2 packages. Again, it's a $200 package for sponsorship. You get 5 guest tickets, you get your logo on the ticket site, and you get a logo seen as a sponsor on Moco TV when my show airs. The list of sponsors, your name and your company name and logo will be on there. And then for those of you that want to do the $500 sponsorship package, you get 10 guest tickets, logo on the ticket site, your logo seen as sponsor on Moco TV. And then also your logo will be on any event flyer, any social media promotionals that we do. Your logo will be wherever we are, your logo is there. Also, if you saw my when I posted my stats, my numbers, and all of that, you would have been able to see that. Let me pull it up for you. You would have been able to see the numbers, and particularly you would have been able to see where my show is being viewed the most. And let me tell you where it's being viewed the most. Hold on, let me pull that up. Okay, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Oh, there it is.
Live Talk with Bonita Bradley. My numbers are in for
Okay,
May.
hold on. Okay, hold on.
Your country and for city.
Hold on.
Let's go even higher.
One moment. All right. So the country that the show is reaching is United States, United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Guatemala, and Canada. Okay, those are the places. Those are the top viewing countries. Okay, and I'm going to tell you who won top viewing city. I thought it was going to be Atlanta, but when the numbers came in, it was not Atlanta. It wasn't even Georgia. Let me tell you who it was, guys. Let's see. Top countries. Okay, there it is. There we go. All right, so coming in at number one, the number one viewing city is Dallas, Texas. So if you're in Dallas, Texas, thank you. You are the number one viewing city. Thank you, Dallas. Then my home city, of course, Orlando, Florida. You guys came in second. Y'all should have been first, but you guys came in second. And then Macon, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, Warner Robins, Georgia, Forest City, Arkansas, New York, Lawrenceville, Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Chicago, Suffolk, Virginia. I probably didn't say that right. Raleigh, North Carolina, Montgomery, Alabama. All of these guys tied in viewership. Douglas, Georgia, Chesapeake, Virginia, Sanford, Florida, San Antonio, Texas, Charlotte, Lithonia, Monroe, Beaumont, Texas, Columbus, Maryville, Huntsville, Houston, El Paso, Arlington, Lilburn, Butler, Kansas, Mesquite, Boulderville, Philadelphia. Let's see who else tied. Let's see. And then, of course, Mableton, Fayetteville, Alpharetta, Shreveport, Oakland, Providence. It's one it's one city over here in Pakistan. We all have tried to pronounce it and no one has done it yet. So if you are on Facebook, you're watching us on Facebook, go and check out Live Talk with Bonita Bradley. It's a group. Go to Facebook, go to groups, search out Live Talk with Bonita Bradley, join the group, and you can have all of this information at your fingertips, okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to get off of here because I got to start preserving my voice, and I got to finish getting my questions together for the guests. Oh, we do have one more guest coming, Mr. Dr. Marlon McNichols. He's on the flyer that I showed you guys. Dr. McNichols is a living legend in the record business. He's a record executive and producer. He is a living legend. When I tell you he has worked with just about everybody, he has worked with just about everybody, and so he'll be there. I'll have the pleasure of meeting he and his wife and interviewing them. I love interviewing people that have been doing what they've been doing and love what they do. And he just happens to fit in that category. So these are my guests that'll be there June 15th at 4 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. So I want to make that clear. Eastern Standard Time. Go to eventbrite.com, type in Live Talk WBB, and get your ticket before they are sold out. Okay, the tickets are first come, first serve. Unfortunately, because space is limited, we won't be able to reserve any seats for you unless you actually purchase the ticket. But to say, well, I'm coming, just hold a ticket, we can't do that. We can't do that. So you have to get in where you fit in, okay? All right, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for making those numbers look the way you do. It's because of you I'm able to do what I'm doing and going to the next level and doing it. We going on TV, y'all. All right. So listen, guys, thank you. I love you all so much. Thank you all for those of you that support me and that support the show. Some of you have never supported the show, but you continue to tag me and stuff. And, and I can't wrap my head around that, but, it is what it is. I guess that's how y'all do things, but it's not how I do things. So for those of you, if you have a business, again, you heard the sponsorship packages. Go and rewind it video and listen to it again if you missed the sponsorship opportunity. And then you guys know how to reach me. Email me, inbox me. Some of you have my number. Give me a call, and we'll go from there. All right. Good night, everybody. And again, I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to put the flyer up one more time. Boom. All right. This is happening June 15th, y'all. Hope you be in the building. Hope I get to see your face in the place. And I know somebody might be saying, well, those are not gospel artists. Duh. I mean, I'm not stuck on just one genre of reaching people. I want my show to be a show for all people, for everybody. I had to explain to someone, this is not a Christian show. This is a show for everybody. We talk about everything on this show. I want everybody to feel like they have a safe space to discuss whatever they want to discuss. And I want the freedom of saying what needs to be said, even if it's to call the church into accountability. So I don't want to be put inside of a box to say, oh, this is a Christian show. And then when I call some of you all in accountability for some of the stuff y'all are doing, and then you'll say, oh, you're attacking the church. No, I'm calling you guys into accountability. I can't attack something that I'm very much a part of. All right. So I wanted to say that because I know how church people think and how y'all talk. All right. So, but this is what we're doing. This is where I am, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm absolutely enjoying it. You'll be surprised how many of these R&B singers are actually Christians. You would be surprised, and some of them are more Christian to me than So we're you guys, please pass the information along. If you're not, you say, well, that's not Christian, that's not church. Okay, I get that. Give the information to somebody else that might be interested, or just don't say anything. Sometimes everything don't need a response. But this show is for those that enjoy good R&B music. You enjoy fellowshipping. You enjoy getting to meet new people. Get out your comfort zone. Come on out, and you'll get a chance to meet my house band. I have a house band. I'm so excited about that. These are the guys that toured with Prince. I even got to see some of the equipment that Prince once borrowed from them when they were out on the road because he forgot certain things. And oh God, God has just been faithful. This was prophesied to me over 20 years ago that this would happen, and it's now happening. And so I'm excited. I'm enjoying this, and I want you all to be a part of it. Okay. All right. Know that I love you guys so much, and I will see you all. Today's Tuesday. Just keep your notifications set. Okay. Don't forget, go over to YouTube, look up my channel, Live Talk with Benita Bradley, and subscribe. I need you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. I got enough friends on Facebook where you all can go over and subscribe and help me meet my numbers that I need to meet on YouTube. All right. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. What did I do? Hold on, guys. Oh, there I am. Okay. I'm going to get out of your hair. Let's see. I need this one. Okay, hold on. Let me close this out. Un momento. And then go back here. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right, guys, I'm going to say good night. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.